man, Zach Randolph. He is light on his feet. Again, he is a guy that can do a lot of damage around the basket with his scoring or passing.
The tip controlled by the Eagles as we are off and running. Great to have you with us on the ACC network. Here's Claudell Harris, Charleston Southern transfer, coming off a 22-point night against Vanderbilt on Tuesday. The step-back jumper is good.
Well, he provides that dimension to this Boston College team. You need to get a bucket. He's a guy that can do it.
Quick hands for Zackery. Harris in and out. The rebound for Ben Middlebrooks. Inserted into the starting lineup by Kevin Keats after he had 13 points, a career high against Ole Miss on Wednesday. First start of the year for the Clemson transfer.
And that might be to defend Quinten Post. We'll see what the matchups go, but this is the marquee matchup right here. These two big guys going at it.
Burns only had 5 points for the Wolfpack in their disappointing loss in the ACC-SEC Challenge on Wednesday night in Oxford. ACC's offense must be effective moving it from side to side, but Harris says, I'll take a three.
Well, he liked that matchup there. Again, NC State switched. He's got a big on him, backing up. That's two big-time shots to start the game off.
He's 61 points shy of 1,000 in his career. Over 20 games in double figures last season for Charleston Southern. Burns on the baseline against Post to Middlebrooks. And a kickball. So Claudell Harris wide open.
And this right here, sometimes your offense breaks down. Middlebrooks is out on him. He thinks that's a mismatch, and I would agree with him. That's a deep contested three. And Claudell Harris has got it going early on for Boston College.
Eagles with a new 20, or Wolfpack with a new 20 to shoot. Here's Casey Morcell. Deflected by Prince Alibe. Morcell, the Virginia transfer who averaged 11 last year. He's up to 14 this year. And he's a guy that could be outstanding on the offensive end.
Earl Grant talked about energy. His team needed to be locked in early against this NC State team. Early on, they're the more energetic team feeding off the crowd.
Morcell, the step back too strong, and Alibe the rebound. If BC can get 8 and 7 for Prince Alibe, they'll take that, right?
Well, I think it's that along with, again, key stat to watch, turnovers.
What a take by Post, too strong with the layup attempt. Here comes NC State in transition for Middlebrooks. Missed the bunny, but contact. Foul on BC.
Well, this is the area that Boston College wants to keep NC State out of. They don't want to give them transition buckets. That time off the miss, NC State's a team. Again, they want to get out in transition and get offense before that BC defense can get set.
Middlebrooks gave them a boost off their bench Wednesday. He had 10 points by himself in a 10-0 run against Ole Miss. He was really the lone bright spot.
And I think the reason he's in this game starting lineup, that to go along with right now, he's matched up against Quinten Post when they go man-to-man.
After the foul on Jaeden Zackery, he's hounded in the backcourt. Gets by the defender. Jayden Taylor, the transfer from Butler. Joined by another transfer, Arizona State, DJ Horne, as it's out of bounds off of Claudell Harris, and Wolfpack basketball. NC State traditionally one of the top turnover-forcing teams, not only in the conference, but in the nation.
And you'll live with that, although you don't like turnovers. It's not a live ball turnover. That's the area when we spoke with Earl Grant, he said, look, we do not want to give them live ball turnovers. Libe
gobbles the rebound. Horne will be counted on for a lot of offense this year by Kevin Keats. He's 4th on the team in scoring, just a little over 11 points per game. Devin McLaughlin skips a pass for Jaeden Zackery. Post popping out over 50% from distance, but he's going inside. He gets pulled down by Middlebrooks. Pat Driscoll, the veteran official, all over the foul on Ben Middlebrooks.
Yeah, that's great positioning by the veteran, Pat Driscoll, right here again. He just grabs his shirt, and that looked like it was going to be a bucket or right there a foul. And I like what Boston College is doing right now. They're moving Quinten Post not just posting them up down low in the block, but they're moving them up to the three-point line and then getting them isolated and giving them space to operate.
Mohamed Diarra checks in for the Pack. Diarra is a transfer from Missouri. They have 7 first-year players in this program as Post tries the jump hook. Taylor, one of those 7 brought in by Kevin Keats. They're an old team. That's what he wants to do, is he wants to be old every year.
And that's key for all these teams. You need some veteran experience.
Here comes Claudell Harris. Thank you very much, West Durham. With Malcolm Huckabee, I'm John Mita Perrell. BC off to a nice start with a 5-point lead. NC State has missed all 4 of its field goal attempts.
Well, the energy for Boston College to start this game off. Earl Grant must be pleased with that aspect of his team's game thus far early on. They're the more energetic team right now.
Diarra trying the one-handed slam, got flustered by Post. And here come the Eagles. An erratic start, to say the least, for the Pack. Post punched away. Here comes DJ Horne. The hop, skip on the jump, and the conversion. That was pretty.
Beautiful move that time by Horne. And that's the one area Earl Grant and staff talked about. Boston College cannot give up live ball turnovers. That's NC State's staple. They want to get points off of their defense.
Horne shooting 35%. Wolfpack shooting 44% as a team. An awkward move by Devin McLaughlin against DJ Burns in the post. And it's off of Zackery. But Claudell Harris got BC going. The transfer from Charleston Southern. He was impressive from long. And the Wolfpack, the ACC opener for both teams. BC has 5 wins. NC State has 4 in its first 6. And we know that man, DJ Burns, is an offensive facilitator. He has 3 leading games and assists out of their first 6.
Yeah, he can beat you in so many ways. He can score down low on the block, but what the coaching staff of Boston College was concerned about his passing. He's second on the team, NC State, in assists. He's a very good passer from that post position.
DJ Horne at the point for Burns at the elbow. Post guarding him. Burns got it. They called him DJ Buckets when he played at Winthrop, and he got one.
And Coach Keats said he probably could be the mayor in Raleigh. He is such a charismatic kid. Really, really enjoy speaking with that young man. And again, he is just so talented down there. That time, Boston College does not double. And he gives him a little sky hook that time over post.
He did say a mayor with a caveat, though. They have to win.
Well, that's like anywhere. Hey, look, if you're losing games, certainly not going to be that popular. But again, he's so important to what NC State does offensively.
Horne too strong. Elite Bay fighting for the rebound. Punches it to the Eagles. Donald Hand, who just checked in. Quinten Post, he's the engine for BC's offense. He's become dynamic. And
credit to the Boston College coaching staff. He's not only turned into one of the better players in the ACC, but in college basketball, he is putting up ridiculous numbers. And I think the big reason why he's a matchup problem, yes, he can score in the block, but he's over 50% from the three-point line. That's very difficult to match up against.
A modern-day big man. Those that can shoot the 3, they're in vogue. Elite Bay on the baseline. The rebound engulfed by Mo Diarra. Here comes Michael O'Connell, Stanford transfer, one of those 7 first-year newcomers for Kevin Keats. Burns gives NC State its first lead. And that's one of their best offensive possessions right there. A little rub screen, patience by Casey Morcell, and that's a nice little bounce pass to DJ Burns. Their offense now is starting to pick up. Eagles riding a scoreless drought of more than 2.5 minutes. That was a problem for them last year. They won 16 games as Post back rims it. O'Connell at the elbow is bumped by Elite Bay. BC has DJ Burns rules on defense. What does that mean? Well, right here, though, again, offensively, these are his rules. Dribble drive, the help is there, and that's excellent offense by NC State. On the other end right now, Boston College, the problem, John, is
they're settling for jumpers. NC State's doing a great job defensive rebounding. They're blocking out and not giving Boston College any second chance opportunities.
O'Connell the inbound for Burns. That was an easy look over Quinten Post.
And the problem with doubling Burns, we talked about it, he's one of the better passing bigs. If you double him, he can pass out of that. Right now, though, single coverage, he is having his way.
Donald Hand way off the line. The freshman whose father was a star at Virginia from 97 to 2001. Open three. They got it. That was DJ Horne. He was given a lot of airspace.
Well, early on in this game, Boston College, they were the more energetic, aggressive team, but they were getting quality looks. Right now, that has changed. NC State, that's beautiful transition offense right there. Dribble drive, draw two guys, kick out to the corner for a wide open three.
League Bay takes the three. BC's scoreless drought over 3.5 minutes. NC State's riding an 11-0 run, but a travel called by Bert Smith on Michael O'Connell. As NC State has built its largest lead at 6 points.
And you can't run transition offense any better than that right there. Again, that was a concern for Boston College. Transition defense, that's what NC State wants to do. They want to either turn you over, get out and get in transition, or off of misses. That time, dribble drive, the help was not there. Collapse your defense, and then the end result, a wide open corner three. NC State right now in this last 5-minute stretch has been very good offensively.
They've made 4 of their last 5 shots to increase their shooting output to 42%. NC State shooting just 31% from 3. Chaz Kelly to Post on Middlebrooks. A power against power, and he picks up a foul. Is that an aspect of Post game that has improved?
Yeah, and I like that changeup. Again, the last 3 possessions for Boston College, John, were all contested jumpers outside of the paint. Give your best player right there a chance to get a touchdown low in the post, and then either get him to the foul line or he's going to get an opportunity to get a deuce. That's a good adjustment by Boston College. Again, they've been stagnant really the last 3-4 possessions. Get some paint touches.
BC is the 3rd best free throw shooting team in the country at 83%. Another uptick in their offensive output. That number was down at 70% the last couple of years. Middlebrooks out of the lineup for Kevin Keats.
And Earl Grant was really honest with us. You asked, hey, Coach, any secrets to that? He said, I can't take any credit for that. Guys have just been making free throws, but certainly it helps when they get to the free throw line. In particular, Quinten Post draws so much attention. You got to make those freebies.
Earl Grant said he had a few sleepless nights already this year after their loss to Loyola. He said he couldn't sleep for 4 nights. That happened in Kansas City. They rebounded nicely since that point. Chaz Kelly, sophomore guard from Houston, in the front court to McLaughlin. Baseline. What a nifty move by Claudell Harris.
And you can see the change. Again, attack the paint. That's something Boston College wants to do. They don't want to settle for contested threes. The drive, see if you can get some paint touches off the bounce or post-entry passes.
Harris, building off his 22-point night against Vanderbilt, has 7. Good defense by the Eagles. Armani mighty, but Claudell Harris, they brought him to Boston College with this in mind. BC shooting 31% as they trail the 4-2 Wolfpack, but percentage of three-pointers 27%. That number has to increase, Malcolm.
Yeah, and that's really not a strength of their game. Again, they have to make some. They've been better this year percentage-wise and also makes. I think in this game right here, you saw it the last 2 possessions. They need to attack the paint. If you get one off of a dribble drive, that's fine, but you don't want to start off shooting contested threes.
O'Connell, the pocket pass is stolen by Chaz Kelly. Here come the Eagles with numbers. They slow it down in the front court. Drive by Kelly. Rebound for Armani Mighty, who puts it up and in. And he draws a foul. Mighty is someone they probably expect maybe 5 to 10 minutes a game.
That's a big-time offensive rebound and putback. Again, the emphasis by Boston College, attack the paint. Don't settle for jumpers. That's something Coach Grant talked to us about at shoot-around. we must try to get paint touches. They've done that on their last 3 possessions.
Foul was on Mo Diarra, his first, with Mighty at the line. To give you an idea, Mighty's averaging only 6 minutes a game, less than a point. That was his 3rd field goal in just 7 attempts thus far, as Diarra has the board.
Well, Coach Grant and both these teams talk about adding some depth.
Diarra and an N1. So Mo Diarra has an offensive arsenal. He had a double-double in his first game as a Wolfpack.
That's a beautiful move as you take a look at Coach Keats' resume. We talked about it coming off the NCAA appearance last season. Both these guys do a really good job in the player development area, and he's got to be pleased right here how his team has responded to the initial surge that Boston College had to start this game off. They went up early 7-2, but then it's been NC State on the other end. Offensively, I've been impressed with their spacing and ball movement. They've had some high-quality looks.
Kevin Keats said it's about growing and trusting for this team with so many new players. He feels like it's been slow to develop thus far. He's outspoken about that after the game against Ole Miss when they lost by 20. He says we're still trying to become a cohesive team.
Yeah, and I think this is the area right here that he said, look, we have to set the tone defensively. They try to get 40 deflections every game. They're going to get out and contest the passing lanes, and they're going to try to make it difficult for you to run your offense.
Zackery and Harris in the backcourt for the Eagles with McLaughlin Post and Mason Matson up front. A fadeaway by Harris. And a transition opportunity for Diarra, who missed the slam. He was flummoxed by Claudel Harris, who crashed into the BC cheerleaders on the baseline. Here comes Post on a triple team, and he travels.
That's a break for Boston College. Again, the contested 3. That's good hustle. Let's see if there's a foul. Yeah, he looked like he might have got him on the arm there. Kevin Keats not happy, and I think he's got a valid argument. Again, from that angle there, it was so quick. So, but certainly, again, that's a break for Boston College because that's another transition bucket denied.
That was part of Earl Grant's keys to the game. Transition defense, defending the 3, limiting turnovers, what you'd expect, but a lot of times it's easier said than done. Under 10 to shoot, and a wild pass, a deflection for the Eagles with Zackery. He blows the layup. BC ball with 20 to shoot. Eagles have only made 2 of their last 11 buckets.
Yeah, I think right now, credit NC State again. You know, defensively, that's what they want to do. I think Post is a guy that needs to get some touches. Right now, too many contested jumpers by Boston College. Try to play through Quinten Post, get him isolated, in particular with this lineup out here. If DJ Burns is guarding him, let him go to work.
That foul was on DJ Burns. Away from the ball. Comes another substitution. Kevin Keats substituting liberally. Diarra hits the bench.
And mainly, John, right now what he's doing, he's just rotating bodies at Quinten Post. But Kevin said, look, that's the matchup that we have to win. Again, he's going to get his points. We just want to make sure they're contested and he's not getting easy looks from beyond the arc or in the post.
Zackery's been quiet for the Eagles. He had 8 assists, a career high against Vanderbilt. 3 by Devin McLaughlin. Not usually his best shot. The rebound for DJ Horne. And there's a 3 by Jayden Taylor, who averaged 12 last year to lead Butler.
Well, you can see the contrast in offense. Early on, Boston College, they were getting some good looks. That has changed. Right now, NC State, again, in transition. Beautiful secondary break. That's an unselfish second pass.
Sloppiness on the offensive end continues for the Eagles as NC State has made 5 of its last 7 shots. BC's scoring drought now up over 2 minutes.
Coaching staff not happy with that post-entry pass. Again, Quinten Post, he's there. He's got 2 feet in the paint. just got to be a better pass. That's a missed opportunity right there for Boston College.
Horne trying to knife through the defense. The ball stuck too much for the Wolfpack in their last outing. Not the case in the early going today. Burns, the hook shot. Post fights for the rebound and draws contact from Ross, who's whistled for the foul.
And right here, again, they're staying at home. They're not doubling off, and they're allowing Quinten Post to play him straight up. That time he wins out, but that's going to be a theme that we watch if DJ Burns continues to score at the rate that he has early on.
BC first half free throw percentage is 50 attempts through 7 games, so they're only averaging 15, which may explain why they have been so effective at the line. But Earl Grant says we're trying to drive the lane more. That's where we want to get to draw more free throws.
Yeah, and again, because they're not a particularly great three-point shooting team, he said, look, we're a team that wants to get after you defensively. They've done that. Now the question is, offensively, can we be patient and then try to attack the paint?
Another 3 for the Pack. And the weak side rebound after the miss by Taylor by McLaughlin. Eagles 0 field goals in the last 2:45. Up and under by Zackery and a foul. Good idea by Jaeden Zackery?
Absolutely, because it's in the paint. Again, it's simple. Coach Grant said, look, attack the paint off the bounce or trying to get post or other guys posted up there in the paint area. That's going to be the key to this game. On the other side, Kevin Keats talked about it. Look, we have to set our defense, keep Boston College out of the paint, get stops, force turnovers, and then we need to be a transition team.
And Jaeden Zackery is a throwback player, probably a guy that you played with many years ago, and that type of glue guy, a guy that Earl Grant likens to Mateen Cleaves when he played at Michigan State.
Yeah, that's a great analogy right there. And he said, look, he loves the way he operates. He brings that leadership. He's a guy that's been around. I think the big thing for him, his assist numbers really have been fantastic to go along with one of the top steal guys in the ACC.
Zackery at 11 points per game. A bump from Horne, but no foul. Burns, foul line extended back for the Arizona State transfer Horne. Orcel joins him in the backcourt. Taylor also part of their 3-guard attack. 2 to shoot for DJ Burns. Baseline. Put back Diarra. Just beat the clock. That was effective.
Yeah, and nobody blocked him out that time. Just great work. Really not much to it. He just crashed the offensive glass. Nobody put a body on him. And that's an easy, uncontested deuce.
What a game thus far from Mo Diarra. 8 rebounds, 5 points off the bench. Aligbe cross court for Mason Madsen, who led BC with 43s last year. If he can be a 35 to 40% three-point shooter, that will make BC a better team.
And that's not a bad look that time. Off a good ball movement, just unable to connect. And now NC State, again, I like their patience. They're just going to DJ Burns and let him go to work. That has been the formula. Boston College has got a decision to make right now. Do you leave him alone or you got to go double? I think you got to dig. Maybe not double, but you got to send somebody over there because right now he is just scoring too easy.
Burns has 8 to lead the Pack. Zackery penetrates. Ran into the Diarra wall. Pat Driscoll said there's contact against BC and Prince Aligbe. So DJ Burns is going to work on the baseline, spinning past Quinten Post. The Wolfpack lead remains 7. Header for men's college hoops on ACC Network. First, it's Rutgers taking on Wake Forest at 6 Eastern. South Carolina faces Clemson to wrap up the night. Always outstanding action on the ACC Network. Last night on ESPN2, you watched UConn and Kansas. UConn 13-game win streak was snapped. What a game.
Yeah, really good game. Great time of the year right now. And we got a game right here in Conti Forum. Credit NC State. They've done a nice job playing through DJ Burns. And he has really been the guy that they have not had an answer for in this first half thus far.
Think about how awkward it could be, Malcolm, on defense to play against Burns.
And we talked about his passing ability, one of the better passing bigs in college. But right now, they're just letting him isolate. That time they put him on the free throw line. They're moving him. They're putting him on the wing, putting him on the block, three-point line, foul line. They're putting him in different positions to get isolated. And the concern is his passing ability. That's something that Boston College and the staff was concerned about. If we double, he'll give guys a lot of open looks.
And last February, the 5th worst loss at home ever for BC to NC State, 30-point loss. Burns had 18 and 10, and the Pack made 15 of 30 three-pointers. This is their largest lead of the game at 8. Burns wants to get 7 assists. Earl Grant knows that. That's what Kevin Keats wants too.
Yeah, and I think right now they got to do a better job, Boston College, getting into the paint. That's not a good sign right there. Turnover.
Casey Morcell's been quiet. Zackery the rebound. Claudell Harris directing traffic, looking for a lead bay. Now he holds. Almost traveled, and he's comes up lame. Looks like he turned an ankle. 3 by Morcell. Airspace connects. So dicey moment for BC with Claudell Harris, their second leading scorer, headed to the bench with an apparent ankle injury.
Yeah, that's huge. He went down immediately, got isolated on DJ Burns. Yeah, he just, he turned that over good, and he knew it immediately. Tried to elevate. Let's hope that young man is okay. Well, you said it, second leading scorer. And so important to what they need in terms of having that second option and a guy that can go get you a bucket off the bounce.
A game of runs for the Pack. This is an 8-0 run. BC's scoring droughts have been hindering their cause. McLaughlin, nice back cut and an equally good pass by Post.
Yeah, both these bigs, we talked about it. DJ Burns, Quinten Post, both guys that are willing passers. They draw so much attention. But let's see the adjustment now by Boston College if they decide to send somebody at DJ Burns.
Morcell to take against the lead bay. Burns too strong. Here's Zackery. Donald Hand on the floor for the injured Claudell Harris. He gets the ball from Post. The 3 is good for the freshman coming back from a torn ACL. That's just the second 3 of the game for BC in 8 attempts. Taylor is fouled by Hand. You know how tough it can be to come back from an injury, especially an ACL, but Donald Hand, they think, might get 22 minutes a game by the end of this month.
And this will be key for Boston College. Again, Quinten Post, he's going to draw attention. That's a beautiful find by Quinten Post. Hand, again, a guy coming back from that injury. Coach Grant and staff said, look, they're trying to get him not to try to get it all back in one game. It's going to take time, but that's certainly a good sign if you're Boston College, him knocking down threes.
Fade away from the corner is good as Jayden Taylor gains more confidence. Taylor has 5, Burns has 9, Diarra has 5, Horne has 5. Production all over the sheet for the Pack. Post. Rough sledding for him. They're making it difficult.
Yeah, and that's good. Just really man-to-man defense right there in the post. Again, you know he's going to score. They just want to make sure they're contested. They're doing a good job of making everything difficult for Quinten Post right now.
Horne takes the 3 and makes the 3. Well, he's smooth, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a beautiful step back. Again, a lot of space created off the bounce. That's a big-time shot.
Brought him in as a combo guard. Coach Kevin Keats says he needs to get better defensively, but his offense is pretty good. Zackery takes the 3, and he connects. Swapping long balls. Thomas. Burns on post. McLaughlin, the weak side rebound. Here comes Zackery to hold for BC. Zackery has turned it over just 12 times this year. He has 34 assists. Eagles drastically better taking care of the ball from last season when they went 16 and 17. McLaughlin, former high school tight end, on the baseline.
And that's the play right there Boston College needs to do. Put DJ Burns in the ball screen. Force him to hedge and recover. That time they went out. I'm going right back to that if I'm Boston College. ISO him on a wing, put him in the ball screen, and make him have to defend on the perimeter.
High dribble by Horne. Diarra fights with Post on a 50-50 ball. And the possession is towards the pack. And that will bring us to a timeout. Devin McLaughlin, he's nimble, says Earl Grant.
32-26. John, I think this right here, though, is going to be a formula for Boston College. Put DJ Burns in a ball screen, force him to either hedge or flatten out. Either way, he's got to recover and cover a lot of space on the defensive side. I think that's going to be a play Boston College needs to go to when he's out on the court.
And Devin McLaughlin is one of those instrumental players that Earl Grant wants to build around. He says he's part of this foundation. He had a chance maybe to leave in the portal, but he said to Devin McLaughlin and Jaeden Zackery and Quinten Post, we're building a house here. You guys leave, you're going to be renting a room for a year.
Well, credit, though, right now in this game, NC State, so impressive, John, how they've run their offense with standing that initial run by Boston College to open the game up. NC State has been really good at getting high percentage looks, that time on the out-of-bounds underneath. They're just getting some wide-open looks. They're executing on the offensive end.
Today, our crews have you covered in Charlotte at the ACC championship game between Louisville and Florida State. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern with ACC Huddle. Continues after the game right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Showdown. The Seminoles try to remain in the thick of the college football playoffs. The fourth-ranked team in the country. Jaeden Zackery 4 for 4 at the line. NC State has had an impressive first half moving the ball on the offensive end, and DJ Horne's been the main part of it. And he gets the nice roll off the back iron.
I really have been impressed with Horne's change of direction. He is shifty. That time, crafty little head fake, and then soft touch from the foul line. That's a big-time bucket. Not bad defense. That's just a guy with a big-time offensive repertoire.
Backdoor to Prince Aligbe, the Minneapolis sophomore. Outstanding pass.
And that's been there, John. Again, NC State, anytime you play a team like that, they're aggressive in the passing lanes. You can get some backdoors.
Casey Morsell. Diarra has been terrific this half. For Burns, dealing on post, and a double tied up by Chaz Kelly. He was industrious tying the ball up.
And you now see the adjustment by Boston College. Earl Grant has seen enough of DJ Burns going to work. I like how they doubled, though. They doubled from the baseline. But that time, he could not see the double coming. Again, he has good court vision. Watch this backdoor, though, right here. Anytime you play against a team like NC State that's aggressive in the passing lanes, you must get some backdoors going just to loosen up that defense. Excellent execution that time by Boston College.
Yeah, that was Devin McLaughlin playing quarterback, the old high school All-State Georgia tight end. Kelly draining the clock. 1 second differential. Shot clock, game clock. Guarded by Horne. The take. McLaughlin the three. And he's got it. Devin McLaughlin from downtown. The fourth three in 10 attempts in the half. And BC ends with some offensive production. They only led 7-6 at the 14:58 mark, but this should help their cause.
This is one of the few open looks Boston College has had. I think if you're Kevin Keach, you'll live with McLaughlin knocking that down, but again, better execution to close the half out for Boston College.
Eagles shooting 38%, NC State 47%, 3-point Wolfpack lead. On Hill with Malcolm Huckabee, I'm John Mita Farrell. Great to have you with us on the ACC Network. Our first half highlights. Malcolm, some interesting offense for the Wolfpack led by DJ Burns.
Yeah, he was impressive in the first half. 9 points every time Boston College left them alone. He had an answer. For me, though, DJ Horne, he's got a big-time mid-range game. He got it going early in the first half for NC State. And then credit NC State's defense. They've done a nice job bottling up Quinten Post. But they're going to need more of this right here. They're going to have to make DJ Burns defend. Earl Grant said it going into the half. McLaughlin and other guys are going to have to step up and hit some perimeter jumpers when they're left wide open.
Your numbers, BC cold from the field. The good news for them, and over the last 5 minutes, they outscored the Wolfpack 15-9 in the first half. But fast break points are glaring, and that was a key to the game for Earl Grant to stop that.
And a lot of those were off of turnovers. Again, turnovers or quick contested shots, imbalanced by Boston College, and that's what NC State wants to do. They want to get out in transition before the Boston College defense can get set on the other side. I think Boston College, they got to get more patient. Again, more ball reversals. They were shooting some quick shots early in the shot clock. Be more patient offensively against this NC State defense.
BC with just 5 turnovers. NC State usually forces 15 per game, so that's another bonus for the Eagles as Ben Middlebrooks inbounds as we start the second half. NC State in the away red, BC in the home white. Eagles get Claudell Harris back. He was questionable to return with an ankle injury, but he is back. Scored 7 quick points to start the night. Almost a steal by Elite as Casey Morcell, the Virginia transfer, tracks it down to Burns. Oh, he can make a living on the baseline.
And there was confusion that time. Boston College bench thought it wasn't tipped. They thought it should have been backcourt. Not the case according to the refs, and that's a nice little dribble drive bounce pass to DJ Burns.
Burns, former Big South Player of the Year at Winthrop. Quinten Post to Claudell Harris, the Charleston Southern transfer, the fadeaway. And Taylor the rebound. Almost threw it away, and DJ Horne had to come back with it. He traveled.
That's a good job, though, by Jaeden Zackery. Although veteran referee Visco's going to talk to him, but this is huge right here, having Claudell Harris back on the court. He started this game off hot, and then right there, though, turned his ankle over. Looked a lot worse, so again, that's a good sign if you're Boston College, him back out on the court, the second leading scorer.
Entered the game 18 for his last 33 from the field, including 22 against Vanderbilt. The Eagles, terrific night against the Commodores on Tuesday in the ACC-SEC Challenge, which was split 7-7. ACC wins 7, SEC wins 7. Harris to the rack. An athletic maneuver on the baseline.
And that's the dimension he brings to this Boston College team. Again, shot clock winding down. Isolate him. He is a guy that can play off the bounce and make difficult shots.
Morcell had 3 first half points. He's averaging 14. Taylor got McLaughlin in the air. 5 to shoot, long range. Morcell rims it out. McLaughlin fought with Post for the rebound.
Both guys paddling. That's what you like to see, though, if you're Earl Grant. Again, defensive rebounding said was going to be huge in this game. No second chance opportunities for this NC State team.
Eagles +2 rebounding. They have 20. The Pack has 18. Post still scoreless from the floor, but a foul on the Wolfpack.
Well, Claudell Harris has been so good early on for Boston College. Look at what he's done the last 4 games. That time, again, switched off Middlebrooks. That's a mismatch that Boston College wants. And they had great floor spacing, and that time allowed him to operate from the high post.
28 games in double figures for Claudell Harris at Charleston Southern last year when he averaged 17.5. NC State has not trailed since BC led 7-6 at the 14:58 mark of the first half. What do you think the questioning by Earl Grant is over?
Well, coaches are always working the refs. I think, though, they're going to need more defensive stops. I think that was the issue early on, or excuse me, late in the second half. NC State was getting some wide open looks.
Horne, the Arizona State transfer. Burns over the top of Post, and man, he converts. DJ Burns, DJ buckets.
That's a big-time offensive rebound putback. And that time Post didn't block him out, and Burns just really cleaned up the offensive glass.
Harris the drive, and NC State lost by 20 to Ole Miss, and Burns only had 5 in that one. Different story tonight.
Yeah, that one right there again. Out of position, DJ Burns doing a great job, and he's got such soft hands. Coach Keats just raves about him. Big personality, but he's a guy that, to me, one of the better passing bigs in college basketball, DJ Burns.
The foul is on DJ Horne. Reminds you of Zach Randolph?
Absolutely, a poor man's version. Zach Randolph was one of the better NBA players, but DJ Burns reminds me, he's got that same body type, but very crafty and just understands how to play, has soft hands and great footwork.
Ben Middlebrooks backed up P.J. Hall at Clemson, and an offensive foul, says Bert Smith. Bert Smith, Lee Cassell, Pat Driscoll, the officiating crew.
Let's see right here again. Nice. He sold that one. He sold that one right there. But again, it's about the positioning. I think that's the key thing. But the NC State bench, I think rightfully so. That one right there, again, not sure if there was enough contact for him to go down like that.
Third foul on Middlebrooks, who started for the first time today. Tomorrow night, the Huddle crew will have their annual Selection Day special, a 2-hour show that will include breakdowns and analysis of the ACC's bowl-bound teams and their matchups. Coverage starts at 6 Eastern on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Jayden Taylor, my goodness, a punctuation point on the steal.
He has been great. 8 steals in the last 5 games he came into it. That time Post had no idea. He's got great anticipation. Again, another steal.
Takes it away from McLaughlin, who blocks him. But he fouls him as Taylor crashes the baseline.
I said it. 8 steals in the last 5 games coming into this one. That's a big-time steal and finish. Check the rim right here. That is vicious. And then the latest one right here. Again, just great anticipation. Now, if you're Boston College, and the refs are going to take a look to see if this was anything. Now, again, I don't think from that angle right there, he's just making a play on the ball. So, again, I don't think, I would be surprised if that warrants a flagrant foul at all. Again, he's making a play on the ball. He actually looked like he got some ball there. So I don't think there's much there other than a guy making a play on the ball.
Bert Smith, Lee Cassell, Pat Driscoll, the conference.
Now, I think the question is, did he make contact with the head? That's the key area.
And Lee Cassell will give us an explanation. No upgrade to the flagrant 1 foul.
So it is not a flagrant, and I think that's good. Just 2 shots.
Yep.
And I think that's the right call.
On McLaughlin.
I like this, how this officiating crew. It wasn't a long debate.
No.
You go over there, you make sure you get the call right, and then you play on. And again, I think that's the right call. A good job by this officiating crew. Again, that one did not need a long debate. That's just a guy making a play on the ball.
And optimally, that's what it should be. Less time the better spent contemplating whether it was a flagrant, as Kevin Keats clearly not happy. Taylor hits the 2.
And John, here's the adjustment Boston College has to make. They got it in the first half a couple of times. You have to get backdoor cuts. Again, NC State, that's their staple. They're going to contest any wing pass. They're going to be aggressive in the passing lanes. You got to be better with the ball.
Taylor is making a living forcing turnovers. which is the hallmark of NC State's defense. We told you throughout the game, and here it is again. Best turnover margin in the ACC. That's Kevin Keats. Came to Raleigh, and this is his 199th career game on the Pack sideline.
Yeah, and they shoot for 40 deflections a game. I think they're going to get to that number again if they keep up at this pace. Boston College, the adjustment, get some backdoor cuts, use ball fakes to try to loosen up this aggressive NC State defense.
See, 8 turnovers for the Eagles. McLaughlin the lob. That's the first field goal of the game for the ACC's top scorer, Quinten Post.
Yeah, that's a beautiful high-low that time. Again, a good seal by Quinten Post. McLaughlin with a beautiful post-entry pass.
Mo Diarra, the Missouri transfer. He's giving them a boost off the bench. Burns the fadeaway. And the board for Post. Two-possession game as Zackery nice through the lane. Post takes the three. As McLaughlin got pushed, he crashed the lane. Here comes Taylor in transition to Morcell. Burns, industrious again. Too strong, though. Morcell the board. Boy, they've been active. Three, wide open, DJ Horne. Gets it back. The league bait takes it this time. Double team against Zackery. Post, got it. Not pretty, but effective.
And that right there, opportunistic in transition. Again, you have the numbers. That's a good read by Jaeden Zackery.
Post has 8. 2 field goals in 7 attempts. Averaging 21 points. Chippy on the defensive end for Taylor. Hounded by Zackery. Stolen by Harris. 2-on-1. And he's got a slam dunk. My, oh my, that was special. Defense turns into offense. And a jacked up crowd at County Forum.
This is all set up. Hustle play by Jaeden Zackery on the floor. And then the assist to Claudell Harris. Right now, though, Boston
is an instigator for BC on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's been the key in this 6-0 run right here. Beautiful read to Quinten Post. Set him up for a nice little short jumper, but it's been his defense. Pesky right here coming up with points off of turnovers. He gets the steal and then off to Harris for the monster jam.
BC on a 6-0 run. Scoreless drought, 2.5 minutes for the Pack. Zackery with 2 of BC's 5 steals. Here's Jayden Taylor in the backcourt with Michael O'Connell and DJ Horne. DJ Burns and Mo Diarra up front for the Pack. Burns. O'Connell, the Stanford transfer, puts it in. He graduated Stanford in 3 years with an economics degree.
And that's
Mineola, New York.
And John, that's great job on the offensive glass. That's happened a couple times now in this game. They have such great spacing. The wings of Boston College have to do a better job blocking out on the defensive glass.
High percentage shot from McLaughlin rolls out. And after a coach's timeout moments ago, this is such an important week. V-Week at ESPN as Quinten Post misses the bunny. Please give now if you are capable. V.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research. DJ Horne at the baseline, slipping by the BC defenders.
He is so shifty, and we've seen that time and time again. Great pull-up game. That time, though, getting right to the basket. You have to respect his jumper. That time, nice little hezzy and finish.
Horne, 1 of 2 in double figures. He has 14. DJ Burns has 13. Zackery, fadeaway. He averages 11 points. He has 9.
Errol Grant calls him the glue. He is the heart and soul of this team, the leader defensively, but also a guy that can knock down shots for you as well.
Horne again. Diarra fighting for the loose ball. And a 50-50 win for Mo Diarra, who's had a terrific game. He has 13 rebounds, one shy of his career high, set against the Citadel on November 6th. Donald Hand checks in along with Chaz Kelly for the Eagles. O'Connell inbounded. 20 to shoot for the Pack. Slide pass by Burns, outstanding.
And that's why I call him one of the better passing bigs in college. That's a beautiful backdoor pass for DJ Burns, right on target. All he had to do was catch and lay it up. That's excellent execution that time, out of bounds underneath for NC State.
Taylor the beneficiary as Donald Hand tries to force it. And it's a foul.
And John, right here again, not many bigs can make that pass. That's beautiful read by DJ Burns. Again, he does so many things for them offensively. He can score. But his biggest, I think, strength is his passing, his ability to pass, whether it's a double team or within their sets.
And he'll go to the bench for Kevin Keats along with DJ Horne. It's Middlebrooks, Morcell, O'Connell, Taylor, and Diarra for the Pack. Eagles with Zackery and Kelly in the backcourt. Along with Donald Hand and the putback. Quinten Post has 10. 11 shy of his season average. Steal almost mid-court by Jaeden Zackery. So some energy on both ends of the floor, but both squads dip and tuck. And Connie
Horne and DJ Burns, those two guys combined for 27 points right here. Horne on the defensive end. He's one of the better defenders in ACC, getting it done on the defensive end. But then on the other side, Boston College doing a good job creating offense with their defense. They have 12 points off of turnovers.
Here come the Eagles with a steal. Chaz Kelly. And he's got it in transition. Another point off a turnover for BC. That's 14 points off turnovers for the Eagles.
And that's been the story in this game right now. Boston College really, we thought coming into this game, NC State, the team that wants to force turnovers. Boston College doing a nice job getting some offense with their defense.
10 turnovers for the Pack as Prince Elite gets up gingerly. He's had some injury issues throughout his short BC career. O'Connell hounded in the backcourt by Chaz Kelly. And he fouls him.
Now on the other side, if you're NC State, Boston College aggressive in the passing lanes, try to get some backdoor cuts. They were able to do that early in the first half.
Taylor's shot engulfed by Donald Hand. Here comes BC. Kelly had a terrific European tour in the summer. Elite the rebound. Eagles out rebounding the Pack by 4. Kelly aims for the 3. And Taylor, a steadying influence, the Butler transfer. Each team has not hit a 3 in the second half. Middlebrooks, the Clemson transfer. And Bert Smith calls a foul on the Eagles, Chaz Kelly. Wednesday night, it's a doubleheader for men's college hoops on ACC Network. First is Rutgers taking on Wake Forest at 6 Eastern. Then South Carolina faces Clemson to wrap up the night. Don't miss it. Standing action continues on the ACC Network. After our one, we'll send it to Charlotte. The ACC Huddle crew will take over and set the table for you for the ACC Football Championship tonight between Louisville and Florida State.
Well, let's see the adjustment if Boston College brings somebody to help.
Burns, baseline. Ball loose. Horne. Hand on him from the elbow. He's got it. That type of game for DJ Horne, 16 points.
Came into this season 253 career threes. A big-time pickup in the transfer portal for NC State, and his pull-up game really has been impressive this afternoon.
Not one ACC team wanted him in the portal, but Kevin Keats was glad to take him as Prince Alibe draws contacts. Between Horne and Burns, they've combined for 13 of the 21 NC State hoops.
Yeah, and homecoming for him from that Raleigh area, and Coach Keats talked about it. He said, look, out of high school, not too many people on him. Came into the transfer portal, and they jumped on him right away, and it has been a big-time pickup for them. You look at his numbers. I think the biggest thing for him, though, the threes. He came into this season, veteran guy, but over 250 career threes made.
BC shooting 83% entering the game from the line. That's their 6th miss. They're 8 for 14. And Middlebrooks just whistled for his 4th foul, so he'll go to the bench, replaced by Mohamed Diarra.
Well, Coach Keats has done a really nice job rotating guys in and out, getting DJ Burns in and out, getting some of the other bigs like Middlebrook. He's distributed the minutes with his front court.
Eagles, most foul shots they've missed in a game this year, 7. 3rd in the nation at 83% from the line. Horne, jab step, and it's pinned on the weak side. What a block by Armani Mighty. Wide open 3 for Alibe, and it's an air ball.
Well, John, what I like about this block, a lot of guys may have punched that into the seats. Keeps it in play. Again, that's a heads-up play for him not to put that one in the stands. Keep possession for your team.
Mighty with his 4th block of the season, giving Earl Grant some positive minutes tonight off the bench. The sophomore from Toronto. Hasn't played much, still just learning how to play the game. Horne, the runner, and Claudel Harris. Eagles more than 2 minutes without a bucket. And for 3, he's got it. 1-point ball game.
John, we saw him out here at shoot-around, and then a good hour and a half before the game as well, too, working on that same catch and shoot with the coaching staff.
2nd 3 of the game for Donald Hand. Michael O'Connell. Low by O'Connell. Quick first step.
That's a nice answer. Again, the heads was not there for Boston College, and that's a nifty finish that time over the defender.
Mighty to Chaz Kelly. Jab step in the lane. And can't get it. But he'll go to the line. Kelly's become more aggressive offensively. I mentioned his European trip, but Donald Hand will take this 3-point shooting.
And that's a rhythm shot right there. That closeout is late, and again, this is something we saw him working on.
Yeah.
Shoot around, and then an hour and a half before the game with the coaching staff. Again, when you play, this time Post is not out on the court, but they know those shots are going to be there for those guys, in particular when you're out on the floor with Quinten Post.
So the foul shot issues continue. Our mighty to the bench. Post back in. He's given a good 2 minutes with Alibe joining him on the bench. But Eagles 50% from the line.
And that's going to hurt you. Tight game like this. Those are missed opportunities. Let's see if NC State's able to capitalize.
They've missed their last 4 from the line. Taylor to Burns. He's got a season high in points. DJ Burns, 15, actually 1 shy of his season high. He's done it 3 times. 16 is his season high. Kelly pulls it back out.
John, that last play by NC State, that's textbook pick and roll offense.
Post pass deflected out of bounds. And DJ Burns 7 for 16 from the floor in 29 minutes. Taylor, yep, DJ will take it on the base. Big story in the second half for BC, ineffective at the foul line. 1 for 8 in the second half after they were 7 for 9 in the first. Jaeden Zackery driving the lane, and he will go to the line after the foul was called on Jayden Taylor. So Earl Grant said, we have good foul shooters and we practice it a lot. We also want to get to the lane, and that's been a part of our success, but no doubt frustrated by their inability to hit today, Malcolm.
Yeah, 8 of 17 in this game. 7:40 to go. You're trailing 5. Certainly to close this game out, they're going to have to hit some free throws to try to get back even end this game. I like, though, their strategy, their adjustment. In that first half, they were settling for contested jumpers. Again, the emphasis on attacking the paint, certainly that is where Boston College wants to be.
Before that, Ms. Zackery was 5 for 5 from the line. NC State has led for more than 26 minutes. Trying to improve to 5-2. This is the ACC opener for both schools. And Pat Driscoll calls a foul on the 7-foot transfer from Mississippi State, Quinten Post, who is a candidate for National Player of the Year. I know it's early, but the lines he's putting up, monstrous. Only player in the nation with 21-9, 2.4 assists per game, and 2.3 blocks. Different story for him, though, with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Taylor backdoor and a foul. They are driving, Malcolm, and they're finding the cutter.
Well, I tell you what, that's the key right there, the cutter. Boston College aggressive in the passing lane right here again. Hit, backdoor. Jaeden Zackery, he's gotten a couple of steals. That's a design play right there. Again, get it to Middlebrooks. Fake like you're coming for a dribble handoff, and you're going to have backdoors again. The wings of Boston College and guards, very aggressive playing the passing lanes.
Great addition by Kevin Keats to add Jayden Taylor, Butler's leading scorer last year, and he calls Taylor their best on-ball defender. He's taking on the other team's best offensive player. Haven't seen Dennis Parker.
Oh, and on the offensive side right now, Boston College, I think you have to get Quinten Post a touch. He has not really had many opportunities. Again, put him in a ball screen, try to roll him out, or put him in a ball screen and try to dive him to the post. Either way, though, I think he's a guy that needs to get a touch offensively if you're Boston College.
McLaughlin, he has 11, one of 4 Eagles in double figures. Now tied with Claudell Harris for the team lead with 11. Screen by Diarra, Taylor to O'Connell. Nifty back cut by Mo Diarra. And it's BC ball.
Not a bad look by NC State. Again, another backdoor cut. Just unable to get that layup to go. Right now, let's see where Boston College goes offensively.
Zackery takes the 3. Casey Morsell has the rebound. Is that a good idea?
No, that's a quick one right there. Again, early in the offense, I like that better. Put Post in a high screen and then let go from there.
And the answer by Casey Morsell has been quiet. He has 6 points. Both of them on 3-pointers. He's averaging 14. Post. That was outstanding. What a move by Quinten Post.
And again, the spacing, but the post-entry pass, that's where you need to go if you're Boston College. Let your best offensive player get a touch almost every offensive possession to close this game out.
So Post, after no field goals in the first half, has 4 in the second. Ben Middlebrooks playing with 4 fouls, coming off a career-best 13 points against Ole Miss. And he puts it back. Going to work down low.
That's just great work on the offensive glass. Post got the initial stop. Middlebrecht just kept at it, grabbed his own rebound and put it right back up.
NC State has had the answer throughout the night. The drive by Zackery and an N1 opportunity. Zackery, tireless. It's up to 31 minutes. He averages more than 30 minutes per outing.
Well, right here, again, beautiful move by Zackery, but this, Post, he's got to come out and hedge on that ball screen. Casey Morcell, one of the more improved players in the ACC. You said it, averaging close to 15 points a game, but he's shooting the ball well from the three-point line. And then on the other end, I love what Zackery did right there. Rejected the ball screen, went baseline, and there's that glue guy again, as Coach Grant calls him.
And the nightmarish night continues at the free throw line. Zackery does not convert on the N1 after the foul was called on Michael O'Connell. Eagles have missed 11 foul shots. They're 9 for 20, matching their season best trips to the line with 20. Colorado State was the other one, the game they lost in Kansas City. Is the drive by Morcell is off the line, but he picks up a foul.
Well, Boston College came into this game as, I believe, the second-ranked team free throw percentage-wise, but that certainly is going to change after this game.
Foul was on Zackery, his first. Morcell has gained more confidence with each outing for the Pack. Double-figure score for them last year when they won 23 games and went to the NCAA tournament. Our crews have you covered in Charlotte at the ACC championship game between Louisville and Florida State. Coverage begins tonight at 6 Eastern with the ACC Huddle. It continues after the game right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Don't miss a moment as Florida State tries to secure a spot for the college football playoffs. So the counter punches for the Pack have been prevalent. EC trying to cut into this deficit. Zackery, the wild drive, and a foul, says Pat Driscoll. It's on Michael O'Connell. Third on the Stanford transfer.
And Boston College has used that play a couple of times now, just using a side ball screen with Jaeden Zackery and Quinten Post. As you take a look at Zackery's numbers and the assist, again, a guy that leads them, getting them in their position. But I think the big thing for him, the steals. He really has turned into one of the better defensive guards in the ACC.
Zackery with 13. Impressive number when he scores 15 or more. They've won 9 of their last 10. Donald Henn to the bench. Prince Aligbe back in for Earl Grant's squad. O'Connell is sidelined by Kevin Keats. So it's Horne, Morcell, and Taylor in the Pack backcourt with Burns and Middlebrooks in the front court. Eagles counter with Zackery, Harris, Aligbe, Post, and McLaughlin.
I think NC State is going to try to get Burns in the high ball screen and then roll him down to the post.
Morcell patient. 3. McLaughlin the board, triggers a fast break for Harris. Comes up shy. High percentage shot engulfed by Taylor. Here comes Morcell.
That's a great contest that time by Taylor without fouling. Again, verticality just went right up. Forced Harris into a tough shot.
Burns the spin on Post, but rejected by Post. Zackery, and he threw it away. Missed opportunities for BC as they trail by 5. Pack have the second half scoring edge, 29-27. They led by 3 at halftime. UC has 10 turnovers. Fade away by Morcell. Claudell Harris for Zackery. Down the lane with a left-hand attempt. Post. And the reverse putback. Post has 14.
Well, that's a good play by Boston College. Run. Earl Grant said he wants to try to run when they get their opportunities.
A foul on Jaeden Zackery, and that will take us to our final media timeout. When push comes to shove, who will have the upper hand?
Well, right now, John, Boston College trailing by 3. This game's going to come down to defending DJ Burns. That's a great individual defensive play by Quinten Post. But then transition defense is going to be key for NC State. That time, missed opportunity for both teams. Boston College, if they go back to the film, free throws. John, that really has been the storyline in this game. Boston College's inability to convert at the free throw line. On the other side, NC State, they've been really good.
NC State has been to the line 11 times. They've made 10. BC 11 for 22 from the line. In the half, they're 4 for 13. The third best foul shooting team in the country entering the night. Foul before the break was on Jaeden Zackery, his third. Casey Morcell at the line, former Gatorade Player of the Year in Washington, D.C. He has 8 points, 2 for 2 at the line. He's played 29 minutes.
He's been solid for NC State. Casey Morcell started his career off at Virginia and has just improved his offensive output every year. One of the better perimeter defenders, but now has turned into a reliable scorer.
Devin McLaughlin, another terrific game for Earl Grant. He has 11 points and 7 rebounds. BC out rebounded by 3. Post, 11 second half points. Not a bad first step.
And that's why he's a matchup problem. You have to step out and honor his three-point shot. Nice little ball fake. And that's a big-time finish by Quinten Post.
Eagles outscoring the pack by 1 in the second half. Taylor the baseline, lost the ball. Burns to Taylor has been a nice combo, but not that time.
Quinten Post, again, he shoots the 3 ball so well, and as a 7-footer, has the ability to put it on the floor, and that's a big-time finish by Post.
The man trailing him was Ben Middlebrooks, who has 4 fouls.
And they've done that a couple of times now. If I'm Boston College again, go right back, give Quinten Post a touch.
Kelly to Post. Zackery trying to cross over. Backing in, Post on Diarra. Fade away, yes sir. Quinten Post feeling it. And a timeout, Kevin Keats. BC has not led since it was 7-6 at the 14:58 mark of the first half. We got a good one. Don't go away. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back right after this.
Post is the only ACC player to rank in the top 5 in scoring, rebounds, and blocks. This is great execution by Boston College. Get your best offensive player a touch every time offensively. He was cold in the first half. Credit NC State. They did a nice job defending him. Now, if they're playing home single, let him go to work. Give him a touch every time.
On the defensive end, what would you do if you're BC in the last 98 seconds?
You got to send somebody at DJ Burns. They've done a nice job digging. You don't want to double off him, though, because he's such a good passer.
Burns backing in on Post, and he matches him. So Burns with a season high of 17 points.
We talked about this matchup at the tip. Two of the best bigs in the ACC going at it. DJ Burns, Quinten Post.
Zackery spinning with the left hand. A frenetic second half. All tied at 68 in the final minute. Morcell under 10 to shoot for Burns. Post calling for help. And an air ball.
The key to that play, Quinten Post pushed DJ Burns out of the post. He had to catch that out on the wing.
Timeout, BC. We will take another timeout. Come right back after this.
When you order a Big Mac in the McDonald's app today, you'll earn points you can redeem for a free Big Mac in your future. Future you says, thanks. Earn free food with the app.
A thriller in Chestnut Hill. NC State and BC tied at 68. The defensive strategy, what is it for NC State?
Well, right now, Boston College, again, Quinten Post did a nice job pushing DJ Burns. He catches the ball outside of the paint. That's key. Earl Grant likes that. Again, when he's caught it 2 feet or 1 foot in the paint, he's scored, or he's been really difficult to handle. Post had to push him out. He did it that time. Offensively right now, there's no question I'm putting Quinten Post, Jaeden Zackery in some type of ball screen action and go from there. If Jaeden Zackery can get to the basket, fine. If not, you got Post. Kick it out to him and then let him operate. Certainly, though, I don't think DJ Burns would be on the court in this situation for NC State for defensive purposes.
Post leads all scorers with 18. Burns, both candidates for all ACC honors. Burns with 17. He has been efficient coming off a 5-point night against Ole Miss. But the key for this possession with 26.8 left in regulation is patience for BC.
Absolutely. Obviously, you don't want to go too quick. There's a differential on the shot clock and game clock. But certainly, Jaeden Zackery is going to have the ball in his hand. And I assume Quinten Post is going to be in some type of ball screen action with him.
With the 4-second differential, shot clock, game clock, Zackery will hold at the logo. Eyed by Jayden Taylor. Now with 5 to shoot, he drives towards the rack, and he misses it. The putback attempt, no good. Quick outlet to Taylor. Here he comes down the lane, puts it up, and it is no good. Earl Grant has taken the jacket off, and he is frustrated. Overtime.
He's okay. Right now, though, John, we got overtime.
Yeah, he played 18 minutes, gave BC 6 points on 2 3-pointers, but it is overtime. The first overtime, Malcolm Huckabee, for either team this year, and an offensive foul drawn by Jaeden Zackery.
And John, Kevin Keats, during shoot-around, talked to DJ Burns about that. He said, you cannot move on that high ball screen. He went over it with them a couple times right there. No argument that time from Coach Keats. That's not a good foul by DJ Burns right there. He is too important for them to pick up fouls like that.
Burns with his 3rd foul. Condensation on the floor. They do play hockey at County Forum. They played hockey last night. Northeastern beat BC last night here. You're familiar with that condensation on the floor.
I am, but I'm thinking, I'm chalking that up how hard these guys have played. Both teams really have played well and played very hard and physical in this game.
Post, terrific second half, but he forced it against Mo Diarra, and now Zackery goes down. Here comes Taylor in transition. Taylor has been a positive influence on this one with 13 points and 6 rebounds, and a corner shot.
That's a big 3. Scramble situation that time. Zackery got caught up on the screen Boston College was in the scramble on the back end, and great patience by NC State to get the corner three.
Diarra, career best 16 rebounds and that three, and now McLaughlin with a counter. McLaughlin, one of 4 Eagles in double figures. He has 13 and 8 rebounds. Morsel thought about the three. Burns. Cross court, stolen by Zackery. 3 for Claudell Harris. Second 3 of the game for the Charleston Southern transfer. Eagles with their first lead since it was 7-6 at the 14:58 mark of the first half. And an air ball. Both teams have left it all out there.
They really have, and right now, Jaeden Zackery is huffing and puffing at half court. Earl Grant knows he cannot pull him out of the game right now.
He's played 38 minutes, and he has 16 points. When he scores 15 or more, the Eagles 9-1 on their last 10. McLaughlin for the cutting, Aligbe. Post can't convert. Here comes DJ Horne. He's been terrific. Morsell with 3. Got it. Long range, Casey Morsell. He has 12.
That's beautiful transition offense. Unselfish play by DJ Horne. 3-on-2, dribble, draw defender, and then kick it to Casey Morsell. That's textbook transition offense.
The bounce to Post, blocked by Diarra. Diarra has just simply been superb.
He really has, and again, going up against one of the better bigs in Quinten Post. That's a great individual defensive effort.
That is 8 points, 16 rebounds, and the big block sound.
That's great right here, though. I like NC State going back to DJ Burns.
Morsell, the fadeaway. Post corrals the board. Here comes Jaeden Zackery. And more contact against Zackery. A double team with Burns and Taylor. And Zackery will be at the line. The foul was on DJ Burns.
And John, this is key right here. Don't double DJ Burns. Dig at him. That time, that's great defense by Boston College. Dig, show like you're doubling, and then go back out, get a steal. On the other end, a transition offense, so key in this game for Boston College. Both these teams really have done a nice job of running their transition off of misses or turnovers.
Zackery is 8 for 10 at the line. BC 12 for 23. Season low percentage. NC State tying its season high for turnovers with 13. That's 26 for them in 2 games. Eagles back up by 1. They've only led for just over 6.5 minutes. Under 10 to shoot. Horne flustered by Zackery. Jayden Taylor the 3. What a counter by the Butler transfer.
That's a big-time bucket. Right now, though, Boston College over-helping. The dribble penetration killing them. It's breaking down their D. And NC State's doing a nice job executing, finding open shooters on the perimeter.
That's 3 3-pointers and 4 attempts in overtime for the Pack. Claudell Harris. Zackery to Aligbe with a one-handed attempt. My, oh my, that would have brought the house down. I mean, it may not, a hand on it.
It may not make SportsCenter's top 10, but I'll tell you, if he got that one to go down, it would have been number 1. My goodness. Look at this lob. He was trying to rip the rim off. Great execution and for a recognition by Zackery. And man, this has been a fun game, back and forth. Both these teams playing at a high level, and they're going on an empty tank.
Aligbe took off from upper campus. We're on lower campus. That was from upper campus. But an admirable effort in terms of the relentless nature of this game. Both teams, as you've mentioned throughout, it's hot in here. There's condensation on the floor. They're diving for 50-50 balls, and they're playing all-out basketball.
Well, I think a couple things. Free throws, that has still been an issue for Boston College right now for the game. 13 for 24, 54%. Olive with 2 big free throws right now for Boston College.
He's 0 for 2 from the line. Olive with 2 points on 5 shots from the field. Played 34 minutes. This is when it gets tight as he back ends it. UC missed 9 foul shots in the second half. So 1 out of 2 for Olive. They'll pick up full court. Zackery ran into the DJ Horne.
And that's not a good foul.
4th on Jaeden Zackery.
It's not only is it his 4th, don't mind the aggressive, but you're putting NC State on the free throw line. Again, he put on the brakes that time. And Horne has played such a great floor game for NC State. That time, that's a veteran move right there. Just put the brakes on, force the foul.
Horne first trip to the line. He has 17 points. Matching DJ Burns' game high for the Pack.
Last season at Arizona State, really a big-time pickup for Coach Keats and NC State, and he nails 2 free throws to push the lead back to 3.
Money shots, huge shots, and pressure for DJ Horne. Post and Zackery playing a 2-man game, a 3. That's not what you're looking for.
They're going to take a look to see if that ball was blocked. Now, again, I'm not sure that was tipped. Not sure that's the shot Coach Grant wanted. Again, you don't mind if it's an open one, but that's a heads-up play right there. They think that they're going to switch. Excuse me, that he's going to be open. He sees it, goes back out the post, and that's a heads-up play by NC State on the defensive end.
Bert Smith and Pat Driscoll watching the monitor for the replay. What do you think, Malcolm?
Again, from that angle right there, did not look like it was tipped. Now, again, this looks like a better angle right here.
Didn't look like it from my angle.
It definitely got some hand.
Yes, hand, yes. Ball, no.
And it's hard. Now, again, one might say the reason why he shot an air ball is because he blocked the ball.
Right.
Or his hand. This is going to obviously be a huge call.
UC's gone 3 minutes without a field goal, which has been a tone throughout the game for them. Scoreless droughts. They've also missed their last 4 shots.
And I think that one right there, not a good one by Post. Again, 29 seconds. You still don't need a 3 in that situation. Again, if it comes off a dribble drive and you're wide open, yes, still have plenty of time to drive the ball, set up your defense, try to go for a steal. But certainly, again, heads up play by NC State and recognition by Jayden Taylor.
A reminder, coming up after our game, our crews have you covered in Charlotte at the ACC Championship game. It will be Louisville and Florida State. Coverage begins right after us for the ACC Huddle. Continues after the game on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Kelsey Riggs and the crew will take it away as they wait patiently in Uptown Charlotte.
We got a good one here tonight in Chestnut Hill. 2 teams with 2 of the better bigs in the ACC. Quinten Post, DJ Burns going at it. And then the guard play. Really, both these guards.
Jayden Taylor and Horne have been fantastic.
They really have. And
ball was not tipped. With 30.6 remaining in the first overtime, and NC State to inbound full court. It will be Mohamed Diarra to trigger.
Well, if you're Boston College, you have time for one trap and a steal. If they get out of it, then you got to foul.
Taylor in the backcourt, and a foul on Prince Aligbe. Third on the sophomore from Minneapolis. Taylor to the line for the Pack. It's 4 for 4 from the line, part of their 13 for 15 effort. You're looking for a storyline, you start there. NC State 13 and 15 at the foul line. BC 14 for 26.
Yeah, that's pretty much the storyline. Again, evenly played game, both teams. The difference in this one so far has been right here at the charity stripe. NC State has taken care of business. Boston College came into this game, we've been talking about it, one of the better three-point shooters, free throw shooting teams percentage-wise, and that has not been the case tonight.
BC has gotten to the line for the most times this year at 26, so there's a positive, but Zackery with the three, and he hits it. Called a two. His foot was on the line. Pat Driscoll was there to watch it, so it's a two-pointer by Zackery and a timeout. Timeout, 81-79 Pack. Don't go away as the thriller continues at County Forum.
The holidays on Dale's farm weren't very festive until he saved big on a Bluetooth speaker with Amazon's last-minute deals. And now?
Order a Big Mac in the McDonald's app today, you'll earn points you can redeem for a free Big Mac in your future. Future you says. Thanks. Earn free food with the app.
The trades gap.
All right.
81-78.
And John, right here, NC State does not hedge on the ball screen. Now that's a missed opportunity right there for Jaeden Zackery. They get the jumper to go, but that's a clean look. Thought he had a three right there. Foot was on the line, but that's a breakdown by NC State. Again, you do not want to give up open threes to Boston College right now.
BC shooting the three, 6 for 19, 32%. NC State 8 for 18, 44%. Good timeout though by the Eagles.
Absolutely. Set up your defense right now. Again, you still have time for a trap and also to try to get a steal, but you got a foul now that they've gotten it in.
Triple team on Morcell, finds Horne, and now the foul is called. Pat Driscoll was eyeing Devin McLaughlin and Jaeden Zackery. It's called on McLaughlin. That's his third. So NC State, 15 of 17 from the foul line. DJ Horne will have 2 shots.
Let's see right here. Again, that angle, tough to tell, but again, veteran official right there. It's positioning. With these officials, it's all about being in the right position. He was right on top of it, had the best view of anybody. And veteran officiating coup, and that's all you can ask for if you're a coach, is they're in position to make that call.
Bert Smith, Pat Driscoll, Lee Cassell, the crew. And another knockdown at the line. This is going to be one of those games where Kevin Keats probably says, you know what, we did grow, we did mature. He talked about their growth process with 7 newcomers and NC State becoming more cohesive despite their 20-point loss on Wednesday night in the ACC SEC Challenge at Ole Miss. Horne extremely unnerved at the line.
Yeah, he's a veteran guy. That's why they brought him in last season at Arizona State. You know he can shoot threes, 250 career threes coming into this season. But I think it's these type of situations, having a veteran guard like that with the ball in his hands, an excellent free throw shooter as well, too. He has iced this game right now for NC State.
5-point pack lead. Timeout, NC State. Upcoming games, they have Maryland Eastern Shore and UT Martin back at home, and then they're taking on Tennessee on ESPN2 in 2 weeks, followed by St. Louis and Detroit. They're going to be a fun team to watch all year.
Yeah, and this is, again, a huge game. Both these coaches know, look, this is an early ACC game, one where they now have some more out-of-conference games, but resume builders, we talked about that. NC State last season and the NCAA tournament, Boston College trying to build towards that resume. Either way, again, both teams played extremely well, extremely physical game. Right now, though, the edge to NC State because of the free throws.
They're going to need some time off tomorrow after this affair. Claudell Harris from the distance. Diarra the board. And a foul by McLaughlin on Horne. 5-point NC State lead. They can ice it with a couple makes here by DJ Horne.
Well, if you're Coach Kevin Keatts, you have to be pleased with how your team executed. You look at how he utilized his bigs to defend Quinten Post, who had a quiet first half, and then your backcourt. In particular, this guy right here, he was impressive. DJ Horne, to me, was the key to this game in the second half and first for NC State. He's hit some big shots. Yes, he is up to 20 points, but for me, it has been his ability to break down this Boston College pressure.
Horne and Taylor combining for 38 points, 12 of 24 from the field. That was his first miss at the line. Game high 21 points for the Arizona State transfer DJ Horne. Zackery. And Harris the miss at the buzzer, and that's all she wrote in overtime.